Another one delivered, another space finished, well, almost, except for the kitchen. So let's take a look. Oh, but wait, because little did I know it was gonna take me like 8 weeks. Remember how it was? Let's take a look. Right, let's have some fun. I mean, I see a beautiful kitchen, small but practical. A reception area over here, a coffee corner, juice corner, etc. on this side. Something like a bar with different wines from the region. A couple of tables and chairs, maybe a lounge corner, and an open fireplace for the winter. Do you see it too? Oh boy, where do I start? Ay, 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 ay. Hello there. Yeah, we'll see how in reality it probably works better if I turn the table, but for now I've got this table that was basically left from a kitchen, so it's not that deep, it's only 63. The legs, I made them from iron that I still had lying around. My reception bar, welcome. Those are 2 pieces from an old kitchen and some reclaimed chestnut. Actually still the same chestnut boards that I recovered from the entrance. If you go and enter the courtyard up there, they had a lot of chestnut. Most of it was in pretty good shape, so I always kept it throughout the years. And now I'm using it in the kitchen, here and in different places. So the kitchen is still left to do. Now I did manage to squeeze out another piece of furniture, storage area with the wood that I had left. Let's see if it went right. I cannot believe it. How much do I have left? 73. 60, that's exactly right. For the fridge. And initially I planned to have 2 fridges here, but 1 is enough, especially for now. And we have the kitchen block. Same thing here, waiting for the appliances, dishwasher, sink, cooking with a big stove. And once they are in, I will probably add a couple of boards here, maybe store plates, etc. We will see about it when the appliances are here, maybe next week. Old map, 25 years old. It's the only one that didn't survive the journey or the storage in the past 6 years. So the glass cracked. But it has 2 nice details, because in Italy people tend to talk a lot about the divide between north and south. Basically the idea is that the north is working and paying taxes, and those taxes then are transferred to the south, where people are supposed to not be working. I would say that they just have a different view of life. and I can tell you that it's not that bad. But the crack is about where you have the divide between north and south. And there is another little thing. So these are all the DOC, DOCGs, Garantita wines, and you can see Tuscany 40, but Piemonte has 52. Most important wine region from Italy, I think. So I had a couple of tiles left, I had an extra box left with these tiles, and since this was going to be like a wet area, of course it looks easy, but in reality it's not easy. Yeah, I know. It's like nothing except that it annoys me, and if I don't fix it now, I will always walk into this room thinking, why didn't I make some adhesive and fix that little problem here. Oops. Well, it sounds stupid, but when I walk through a house, it's those kind of details that I notice. So I won't be annoyed anymore. Yeah, so as a student I worked as a mover for 4 years. If there's one thing I know how to do, it's to pack up a house. Nothing broke, everything is perfect. I do have to get myself another coffee machine, but for now this one will do. It's not just for coffee, it's also tea, and I can make some really nice fruit juices. The coffee cups, I have a lot of teacups and sets from Russia. And this is the Turkish type. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there are not a lot of places where you can drink something like an Italian grappa served in what is basically a Russian vodka shot glass while you're being stared down by a couple of dead masks from the lost city in Colombia. La Ciudad Perdida, it's one of those places that is not run down by tourists and influencers, because it's actually pretty hard to get there. It's like a 5 to 7 day hike from the coastal city of Santa Marta, and you have to pretty much bring your own supplies. But I really love those things, so I thought that was a nice place. Have more masks and some postcards. I don't think there is a country in the world like Colombia where when you go to a small village, it's always colorful. So initially I planned to have like 3 small tables and then create more of an idea of a bar. But they take up more space, so I did listen to the advice of a couple of friends of mine. And I bought myself a big table, which is a much better idea. It's really fantastic that I have a table here. I can sit and make drawings and plans and I don't know what, eat, have friends over. I like it. Nice chairs too, good color, simple. I do remember I called it a wine rack, but I was never gonna stuff it with bottles of wine. I just still have to unpack a couple of boxes. I have some more interesting literature, from history to art to cooking. And then this will be a little bit the wines, where the next couple of weeks I'll be visiting some wineries, mostly family run, close by, radius of 20 kilometers you can find some really great producers. And to make it a little bit fun, I have the glasses, bottles, glasses, bottles, glass, bottle, glass, bottle. Now 20 years ago I wanted to know more about wine, so I started to study to become a sommelier. I didn't finish it because there were so many more talented people in that classroom. And for me it was more like know more about wines. And one of the theories is that depending on the type of wine you drink, you have to select the right glass. Probably after the first bottle, the theory goes out the window together with the bottle. But I do want to follow that principle. So I'll have each winery with its own bottles, separate, some storage down there, etc. So everything started out with the idea to create a reception area and a common space. It's that, but it's also going to be my living room. And I actually finally, after 6 years, I feel a little bit more like this is my home. I love these kind of woven patterns. Wayu Indians, again from Colombia. They are considered to be the best weavers, at least in Colombia. Some African things, and I even found a place to hang a reproduction from Van Gogh. Hung some curtains. What's wrong with you? Huh? Can't you shut up for a minute? So, initially I planned to use different colors for each apartment, curtains, etc. In the end I went for one color only, so these were left. And well, perfect for this area. We have our Inca sun god. And I really love this little piece. Again, some wood that I had left. So, what are you thinking? That was a bold decision, but somebody told me that my counter from the reception was looking a little bit cheap. And it's true. Because in the end it's just the same wood that I use for the ceiling, and I had some left and I wanted to cover the cabinets from the old kitchen. I also repainted the coffee corner because in the end I believe that it's better, there's more harmony if you use the same color everywhere. You can discuss the choice of the color, but if you have all different colors, it just gets too busy. There's no harmony, there's no feng shui. It's very simple, elegant, slim, but super practical. Took me some time to prepare the wood, but like this I have a bit of stock, so I don't have to run out in the night to get myself a bit of wood. The best thing I did was take away the the open fireplace and put this stove. It's fantastic. I'm still gonna get some of these ventilators. Many people have told me to buy one, but I'm actually gonna get one for free, I think. I never really accepted any promotion material or something, but this one is really handy, so I said, alright, send it over. I hung some old drawings here. They're actually reproductions from a Dutch cartographer, copper plated reproductions from the, I think, the 18th century, the end of the 18th century. And since my mom didn't want them anymore, I said, well, they can fit. This pillar is a different color. It's a sample color that I ordered once from my supplier, just a liter, because I thought I was going to use it maybe in the apartments behind the beds. It's a nice color. I never really had time to go into that kind of detail for the apartments, so it's something that I will be looking into this winter when I have to upgrade the apartments. And I might use something like this behind the bed. Now, I didn't order 2 fridges for the kitchen because I thought, okay, I need 2. One for drinks and one for food. But I always wanted to buy myself, you know, one of these fridges, especially for wines. So I got myself one. It's not working yet. I still have to go around and choose what kind of wines I'm going to be serving here. But it's fun, it's pretty. And the drawers, they are good to keep some cutlery. I don't really have a space in the kitchen for that. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So it's the second night in a row that we have temperatures below 0. But then again, here inside it's like 22 degrees. Ah, fantastic. Man, very happy with my new table. Arrived just today, just in time. So thank you for watching this episode. Next week I will be making one more video, and I have a bit of an announcement. Look in the future, some considerations, so I hope you will join me next week, because I do plan to have a bit of a change here and there. In the meantime, I guess, look at this guy here. We are fine in this new living room, common space, bar, van. Took some time, but I'm really happy with this newfound home. And I think he is too. Huh? Oh man, you're terrible, really. So nice and warm inside. Oh, with your... look at that. It's quite funny to have a fluffy friend like this one. We had a bit of a hard week, the first week, but and then we became friends. Kind of understand each other. Alright. See you around. you get enough attention yet? I guess not.